This is part 1 of the Rocky Mountains. Pikes Peak. Lieutenant Zebulon Pike first spied this 14,110-foot mountain along Colorado's Front Range in November 1806, but his attempt to scale the mountain that now bears his name was foiled by heavy snow, and Pike said the rock pinnacle would never be reached. Never say never. In 1920, Major Stephen Long led a party that reached the top of Pikes Peak in 2 days. Fast facts about Pikes Peak. More than 50,000 people visit the summit house each year. Pikes Peak is the most visited mountain in North America, and only Japan's Mount Fuji has more visitors each year. You can take the cog railway or highway to the top of the mountain. There is a picture of Pikes Peak. It is a very beautiful picture. Red Rocks Park and Amphitheater. In Morrison, Colorado, Red Rocks Park and Amphitheater is nestled in the stunning mountainside and natural red rocks. Its acoustics are superb, perhaps rivaled only by the beauty of its spectacular surroundings. The north and south sides of the amphitheater are 300-foot geological masterstrokes named Creation Rock and Ship Rock, respectively. The seats stretch across a steep slope between the two. Concert Industry Trade Journal Polestar named Red Rocks its best outdoor venue every year from 1989 to 1993, and its best small outdoor venue every year from 1995 to 1999. It then dropped the amphitheater from consideration and renamed the Small Outdoor Venue Awards after Red Rocks. This giant Creation Rock and Ship Rock framed Red Rocks Amphitheater. There's the picture. I'm studying to go into theater, and I think that this would have to be, I'd have to see if I can do anything out there. It looks beautiful. Telluride. Telluride is one of the most alluring towns in the West. This picture-perfect boom town on Colorado's western slope is nestled in a snug box canyon and is surrounded by forested peaks and idyllic waterfalls. Telluride's beginning years in the late 1800s were marked by ambition. The silver veins in the surrounding mountains proved exceptionally rich, but Telluride's mining economy faltered after World War I, beginning a long, slow period of decline. But in 1972, the Telluride ski resort was born, and the population of miners gave way to Bohemians. The town's destiny, which at one point appeared to be total abandonment, suddenly changed. The entire town has been a National Landmark Historic District since 1964, and this status has kept its lovely character intact. Tucked among the snow-capped Rockies, Telluride is a skier's paradise. There is the picture. Rocky Mountain National Park. Perched atop the Continental Divide, Colorado's Rocky Mountain National Park is archetypical high country, offering a jaw-dropping panorama of daunting summits and alpine tundra. In the mountains of north-central Colorado, there are 60 peaks in the park that reach 12,000 feet above sea level. The highest Long's Peak scraped the sky at 14,259 feet. Based on these lofty numbers, it should come as to no surprise that the park has the highest average elevation of any U.S. national park, including those in Alaska. A good amount of Rocky Mountain National Park is above the area's 11,500-foot timberline. A stretch of Trail Ridge Road, the highest continuous road in the United States, climbs above the timberline to a height of 12,183 feet. But the meadows below are starkly different from the harsh landscape of the mountaintops, especially after the wildflowers push through the ground in spring. More than 3 million people visit the park each year. The drive along Trail Ridge Road from Estes Park on the east side to Grand Lake, the park's western gateway, reveals picturesque scenes. The park's bountiful backcountry is a world-class destination for climbing, fishing, hiking, and cross-country skiing. Estes Park features an abundance of family activities. A number of horse riding stables offer trail rides, and a small lake comes complete with boating and fishing. Other activities include bicycling and cultural events. Estes Park offers a number of family friendly accommodations for those who don't want to camp out. One of the best is the Stanley Hotel, which was the inspiration for Stephen King's The Shining. Long's Peak stands tallest in Rocky Mountain National Park. Hikers can take the keyhole route to ascend almost 5,000 feet. There's a picture of a part of the mountain range. I'm not a very mountain person, so these are just... I'd still go visit, but they're just not quite my style. Mesa Verde National Park. About 700 years ago, people now called the Asani lived in communities clinging to the cliffsides of the American Southwest. The name Asani originally meant enemy ancestors in Navajo, but has come to mean ancient people or ancient ones. These ancient people belonged to about 20 tribes such as Hopi and the Zuni, and were the ancestors of today's Pueblo Indians. They left a remarkable legacy in what is now Mesa Verde, Spanish for Green Table National Park, which comprises more than 4,000 archaeological sites, including 600 cliff dwellings in southwest Colorado. Visitors can see a handful of the most spectacular of these uncanny ruins on tours led by park rangers, and trails to mesa tops are open to hikers. Some tours balk at the regimentation of the guided tours, but regulation is the price today's travelers pay for the damage done by visitors before them. Still, Mesa Verde is spellbinding. An anonymous architect said it held timeless forms and abiding mystery. Others, such as author Evan S. Connell, have written about the captivating shadows, sunlight, and transcendental aura of the ancient civilization. The Mesa Verde cliff dwellings were abandoned about 700 years ago. The area's Ute Indians refused to go near the two-story cliff house, believing it was sacred and occupied by spirits of the dead. They were reluctant even to show the ruins to their white friends. Despite modern amenities, visitors should make no mistake that the park is part of the rugged American West. Hiking at an altitude of 8,400 feet with little humidity is a great way to enjoy Mesa Verde. Just be sure to include lots of water, sunblock, and your best hiking boots. The nicely shaded cliff dwellings in Mesa Verde National Park were home to the Asani people who abandoned them about 700 years ago. And there's a picture of that. You can kind of see like in the back a little bit.